Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's the start of a new week, the final full week before you know what, so we've got seven more maps to review before the break. Now, once we get to the break, we'll be doing a full week of the very best of 2019. My picks of the very best of the best, so make sure you don't miss out on that series, and now will be a very good time to hit that subscribe button, because if you're subscribed and you've hit the notification bell, then you'll have a little treat. Every single map over the Christmas to New Year period will be glorious and one of the best of the year. Now, is today's one of the best of the year? Well, we'll talk about that just in a moment. Before we do any work on this, I'd like you to do a bit of work yourself. Yes, it's your daily reminder. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is Two Rivers Remastered Mass Transit by Sandite Spartan 117. It's another one in their series of all of the vanilla maps that have been completely remastered, and all of them looking so much better for it. There's your start square, lots of buildable space in there. Now have a look at the terrain heights. Terrain heights, of course, the mountains around the edge of the map, so looks really good in the background. The resources look like such, all in the 25 tiles and all looking very vanilla, which is what works for me, I'll tell you that. And then off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. We'll be using the Oklahoma Summer theme, which is one of the Sandite Spartan's own bits of work, and the realistic 1.2 LUT. There's a few settings at the bottom if you like the settings, like dynamic resolution and sharp textures and whatever, but you don't need any of these ones. It'll look absolutely fine without. Although, I think being able to adjust the brightness is always a bit of a plus with these maps. Okay then, let's have a little look at the highways. Highways are fine, absolutely fine. A pretty good layout. It's not one of these maps that avoids all the heavy traffic from the start square, but it does look pretty solid indeed. A little bit of lag at the moment. Don't worry about that. That'll be just my computer mucking around. We'll pick up some speed in a moment. Don't worry about that one. So yes, what do I think of the map as a whole? Well, as a remastered vanilla map, it is outstanding. As a creation from scratch, it's pretty good. Okay, if there wasn't an influence from vanilla, it'd be fine. A little bit of a glitchery on the outside of where the roads are bending here, and that's down to the theme. And that could also be partly down to my graphics processor and possibly why we're lagging at the moment. I've got a pretty good graphics processor, not one of the best, but an NVIDIA 960 from memory, so it's solid, but it's not one of the 1080s that is obviously the preferred one of choice these days, but I had to make some savings somewhere. Anyway, where are we now? We've got a little bit of this glitching between the two highways here, and this is when the highways are almost too close together but not quite close together enough. Now that is easily fixable using the Surface Painter mod, Bloody Penguin's Surface Painter mod. Now that isn't available in the map editor, so I can't blame Sandite Spartan for that. But if you wanted to fix it yourself, that would be the smoothest and easiest way to fix it. Surface Painter by Bloody Penguin. Okay, let's roll on. So that's just a bit of minor grumble. Occasionally I come across one of those I don't like too much. Another millimetre apart from each other will be perfect. Now, the thing that's the wrongest with the map, if there's such a word as wrongest, is this intersection here. We've just got a little bit of a merge issue with the roads. This has been pushed a little bit beyond its limit, and if I can just grab that segment, just drag it out a little bit till it pops. There you go, pops in, pops out, lovely. That's the worst thing with the whole map. So if you're hoping for more things to look and laugh at, then you're going to be sorely disappointed. It's not a bad map at all. Everything from now on in is basically down to taste. A little bit of a merging issue here with the lanes, and it's not the world's biggest problem. And again, if you're using Traffic Manager President Edition, you'll be able to mod your way out of this little problem. It's not a huge problem. It might be start of map traffic as well that's causing that. Perfect bridge, of course it's a perfect bridge. It's Sandlight Spartan. They do know what they're doing. See, there you go. High praise from me, isn't it? How often do you hear me say that? Oh, he does know what he's doing. A little bit more of the glitcheroony between the two highways there, which is just, again, it's down to taste. I'd have a huge problem with it, but it does catch the eye. And then this intersection, this is just Dark Square intersection. I really like this. I'm loving the shape. I'm loving the way that it's been worked into the terrain. And I'm even liking the detailing. Even the detailing is vanilla trees. And the ugliest of all the vanilla trees at that. And then we've got the foliage as well. I think that works really well indeed. I have no complaints. I like it. I like that a lot. And then if we head down towards the start square and have a little overview of the start square, which is, if we pull back, you'll be able to see like such. All good, yep. Time for an asset, and today we've got a beauty. Yes, in fact, we've got 5 beauties. It's 113th Street Apartments, 5-pack, high-res, growable by Darf. And I'd like to apologise, I have got a missing fire escape, and that's my bad. So if you're seeing a missing fire escape, then that's BonBon's problem, not Darf's. Factoids, because factoids. On this day, December the 16th, in 1770, the great classical composer Ludwig van Beethoven was born. He was obsessed with music, and to the exclusion of almost everything else. He used to dress very scruffily indeed. His disregard for the dress conventions of his day led to the authorities to arrest him on one occasion for the crime of vagrancy. Yes, Ludwig van Beethoven, the vagrant. These days, if you're a musical genius and you're just like a vagrant, you're a megastar. Anyway, 113th Street Apartments by Darf. 5-pack, high-res growable. Very nice indeed. As we head back to the highways of Two Rivers Remastered Mass Transit by Sandlight Spartan 117. And again, another perfect bridge. No grumbles about this one. So yes, oh Darf, I love Darf. I wish I did more American, any American builds, because basically it would just be filled with Darf and King Leno. Just a city based around their 2 assets would be just amazing, wouldn't it? Intersection here could be cleaned up just a little bit, but it's everything's good. All the merge lanes are good. It's pretty damn fine. No grumbles really at all about that one. And then 3 lanes merging into 3, condensing down to 2. Very nice. Now heading down towards this next intersection, and this one's got 2 exits. You can get across from one side to the other down by the river, so I have no problems with that. Then we've got the national road that takes us down to... Oh, somebody's just honked outside my window. Thank you for that. I'm recording. Then we have a little bit of an industrial area. Thank you. And it's the everybody's favourite factory, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. When we come back from the intermission, I think there's a little bit of detailing in there I'd like to have a little look at. And then the Vanilla Dam, which is perfectly fine. No grumbles about that one either. Okay, back to the roads, and we'll just follow the roads over and out. So yes, Sandlight Spartan's doing all of the vanilla maps, not releasing them all at the same time. And this is, I think, about the 3rd or the 4th one, and they look blinking great, don't they? Anyways, right, so we'll have a look at the rail in a moment. So just a little reminder to set your notifications to stun for the post-Christmas period. Christmas Day, I'm looking to do a Christmas Day special because I've got 12 maps. I've got 14 maps on my shortlist for the map of the year, and I just couldn't axe the other 2 off. I needed 12. I couldn't axe the 2 off, so we're on 14, so I thought Christmas Day we might have an extra special with the 2 that didn't quite make the list. A little bit of foliage clipping through to the railway line there, minor stuff. Yes, so Christmas Day, all things being well, we'll have a preview. The 2 maps that didn't quite make it, and of course there may still be one more map for me to consider this week. I haven't really got to the end of it this week, but yes, those 2 maps, both by top creators, big name creators, have been pushed off of that list. It's so, the standards are going up and up and up, and I'm really blown away this year has been just stellar. So many good bits of work and groundbreaking work as well. Anyway, the rail, all good. We'll have a look at some more rail in a minute because we haven't seen the essential. No, the factory. The factory!
Do your cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to the Perfect Cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to the shipping routes at Two Rivers Remastered. Just the one river with a shipping route, and that's fine because this is the one that is downstream from the dam. Everything else upstream from the dam, it wouldn't make much sense having big ships coming up. So everything good with this shipping route. Quite pleased with it. What about the water flow? Well, we have water flow coming down some very wide, drifty rivers, and they're just interesting and fun, and there's water flow there, it's all good. Water coming from this direction is fine, and it's moving around the top of the start square, and we've got water coming both sides of that start square. Yes, it's definitely a working map for water flow. Okay, let's follow that last little bit of rail that we haven't followed, because I think the essential, no, not essential at all, sorry, it's the favourite factory. Not just anybody's favourite factory, yes, it's everybody's favourite factory. A little motif that I've got on one of my new bits of merch. I will link that one into the description as well if you want to go and have a little look at that. Anyway, what we got here, yes, it's everybody's favourite factory, and I'm loving some of the detailing that's going on down here. You don't often see the rubble and the trash and such being used like this. This is all vanilla. None of this is off of the workshop. I'm not entirely sure how they got all the burnt out bits and pieces there. I'm sure I'm missing a tag that I don't know what to search for, but it is exceptional. A first time use of this sort of stuff after over 800 maps, so very nice work indeed. I mean, the planks and the crates, we've seen them, but never ever the burnt out stuff. Anyway, yes, so everybody's favourite factory there. What more have we got going on? Let me have a little look around the map. Loving the dam. The dam is fine. The dam is absolutely fine in terms of vanilla. That is basically all you really want. And it does take power into the start square as well, so you're all set for that. Now we've got various types of rivers. We won't have a look at all of them, but this one's got a little bit of rocks going up the middle of it. There's another one somewhere else with just rocks down the sides of it. And again, in terms of vanilla work, and breaking up the map to break up your city, it looks fine to me. It looks absolutely fine. Lots and lots of water. In fact, I've got to say, this does feel like a lazy map. I don't mean lazily built map, as in a map that just feels just really lazy and laid back and cozy, you know? And yeah, I like that. I also like these mountains. I love the terrain work here. It does work well with the theme to the way that the cliffs are exposing. I mean, it's not my absolute all-time favourite theme, but in terms of working with a vanilla map, I think it definitely does the job a million times better than the vanilla themes. Loving the tree work as well. Look at the way that they follow the lines of down the mountains. What's the word? The erosion lines. That's the word I'm looking for, and it accents the mountains very nicely indeed. Not just that one over here. I mean, this small hill in the middle of the map as well. You can see, again, the trees following lines down the mountains. And, of course, the blend from the bushy hills to the taller, darker trees at the top. We do also have, it's a castle. Quite like this one. This is just quite demure and discreet. And just made up of just a few little towers. And it comes together quite nicely. Minor grumble would be with the way that the walls are going through the towers on the outside. We did have one the other week where they were just clipping and I didn't mind it when they were clipping. I can see an argument. I can't really see an argument for the tower being built around the middle of the wall like that. But anyway, yes, loving the tree work, loving the cliff work, loving the shapes of the mountains, loving lots about this map, and the blend between the high ground, low ground, in the trees as well. But what do you think of the map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I think it will be. I think it will be. Prove me wrong. So, aesthetically, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've got to say, I don't really feel totally bowled over by it, but it is, for me, a very high 3-star. Can't quite squeeze the 4th star, but it's a very high 3-star, and that's fine. Detailing, there are 1 or 2 minor issues, but I think all told across the map, the standards are very high indeed. So I'm gonna go low 4. Without the minor issues, it would have been a very solid 2 high 4. And then gameplay potential, very playable. I can see possibly some traffic issues through the start square just by the layout of the roads, and we have got some merge issues already. But other than that, it's pretty solid. So I think we'll go 4 stars for gameplay. So there we go. Two Rivers Remastered Mass Transit by Sandite Spartan 117. And would you believe this? Would you believe it? BonBonB seal of approval for a vanilla map. Well, it is remastered after all. Well done, Sandite. More please. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What Map series. Not too late to join these guys over on Patreon for just $1 or $2 a month. Get yourself discounts on the merch store, which will be linked into the description down below. You can check out all my lovely gubbins. All my lovely gubbins. I'm so pleased. Anyways, that's it. I'm off. Have a great day. Be back tomorrow with another map. This time we'll be going to China. Ooh, who would have thought?